Welcome to this essential discussion on designing authentic assessments. In today's educational landscape, we must move beyond traditional evaluation methods that often fall short of preparing students for the complexities of the modern world. Authentic assessment signifies a critical shift away from mere rote memorization or reliance on standardized tests. It challenges the conventional approach, demanding a more comprehensive understanding of student capabilities. The core of authentic assessment lies in its focus on real-world application. It meticulously evaluates a student's ability to apply both knowledge and skills in contexts mirroring those they will encounter professionally or personally. The primary goal is to bridge the gap between classroom learning and external realities. We aim to create assessment tasks that mirror real-world challenges and meet real-world demands, ensuring relevance and engagement. This approach fosters deeper learning by connecting theoretical concepts to practical execution. Ultimately, it prepares students more effectively for future success, equipping them with transferable skills. At the heart of this pedagogical philosophy is the core principle of authenticity. We define authenticity as tasks that are inherently relevant, meaningful, and genuinely engaging for the student. These assessments are carefully designed to reflect professional contexts. They mirror the types of problems and situations that professionals regularly face in their respective fields. This stands in stark contrast to traditional methods, such as multiple-choice quizzes or decontextualized questions. Those often test recall rather than the nuanced application of understanding. Authentic assessments actively encourage dynamic and active learning processes. Students are compelled to construct knowledge themselves, analyze complex information, and develop robust critical thinking skills. By engaging with problems that demand genuine thought and investigation, students develop a much deeper understanding. They learn not just what to think, but how to think effectively. Let us explore various types of authentic assessment tasks, each designed to cultivate distinct real-world skills and knowledge application. These methods offer diverse pathways for students to demonstrate their learning. Projects are a cornerstone of authentic assessment, allowing for deep topic exploration. They require students to apply their knowledge creatively to produce tangible products or solutions. Consider examples like designing a functional website for a community organization, building a scientific model to illustrate complex principles, or conducting an original experiment and reporting its findings. These tasks demand sustained effort and integration of various skills. Projects often involve research, planning, execution, and reflection. They mirror the complete cycle of work often found in professional environments, fostering independence and problem-solving. Case studies present students with realistic, often complex scenarios. They demand thorough analysis of situations that reflect real-world dilemmas or professional challenges. Students must identify core problems, evaluate available information, and propose well-reasoned solutions. This process directly mirrors the critical decision-making processes encountered in many professions. By grappling with nuanced case studies, students develop their analytical prowess and ethical reasoning. They learn to consider multiple perspectives and the potential impact of their decisions. Presentations are invaluable for demanding the synthesis of information from various sources. They require students to articulate their understanding clearly and persuasively. Effective communication is paramount in presentations, alongside the ability to defend ideas under scrutiny. Students learn to structure arguments logically and convey complex thoughts accessibly. Moreover, presentations inherently hone public speaking skills, a crucial competency in almost any professional setting. They build confidence and the ability to engage an audience effectively. Simulations provide a dynamic and safe environment for students to practice specific skills. They allow for decision-making in realistic scenarios without real-world consequences. Examples include managing a simulated business operation, responding to a hypothetical crisis event, or negotiating a complex deal in a simulated marketplace. These tasks replicate real-world pressures. Simulations offer immediate feedback on decisions, enabling iterative learning and refinement of strategies. Students learn from their choices in a controlled yet challenging context. Portfolios represent a curated collection of a student's work over an extended period. They are not merely an aggregation, but a thoughtful selection that demonstrates growth and progress. A well-constructed portfolio showcases a student's mastery of specific skills and learning objectives. It provides a holistic view of their development and capabilities. Portfolios empower students to reflect on their learning journey and articulate their achievements. They become a powerful tool for self-assessment and demonstrating evolving competencies. The implementation of authentic assessment yields numerous benefits for both students and educators. It transforms the learning experience into something more meaningful and impactful. Firstly, it significantly promotes deeper learning by forging strong connections between theory and practice. Students understand not just the what, but the why and how of their studies. Secondly, authentic assessment actively fosters critical thinking and advanced problem-solving skills. Students are continually required to analyze, evaluate, and synthesize information to construct solutions. This approach enhances student engagement and intrinsic motivation. When learning is visibly relevant and connected to real-world applications, students are far more invested and enthusiastic. Finally, authentic assessment provides a more accurate and comprehensive evaluation of student capabilities. It captures a wider range of skills and abilities that traditional tests often overlook, offering a truer picture of learning. Designing truly effective, authentic assessments requires careful planning and thoughtful consideration. The process must be deliberate to ensure maximum impact and fairness. For educators, several key design elements are crucial. These guidelines help ensure that assessments are robust, equitable, and genuinely reflective of learning outcomes. First, clearly define the learning objectives that the assessment aims to measure. What specific knowledge, skills, or competencies should students demonstrate? Clarity here is paramount. Second, develop tasks that are genuinely realistic and reflective of real-world contexts. The more closely the task mirrors an actual situation, the higher its authenticity. Third, ensure that the tasks are inherently engaging and challenging. Students are more likely to invest effort when they perceive the relevance and interest of the activity. Fourth, provide clear and transparent rubrics that outline the criteria for success. Rubrics communicate expectations, guide student work, and facilitate consistent, fair evaluation. Fifth, commit to providing timely, specific, and actionable feedback. Constructive feedback is essential for student growth and allows them to understand how to improve their performance. Finally, ensure strong alignment between the assessment tasks and broader curriculum goals. The assessment should naturally flow from and reinforce the overall learning objectives of the course. Authentic assessment fundamentally creates a more dynamic learning experience. It transforms passive reception of information into active engagement with meaningful challenges. This approach also fosters a more impactful learning experience, leaving students with lasting skills and a deeper understanding that extends beyond the classroom walls. Ultimately, authentic assessment empowers students to become more confident and capable individuals. They develop a stronger sense of agency over their learning and their future. By integrating these practices, we effectively prepare students for the complex, ever-evolving real-world challenges they will undoubtedly face. We equip them not just with answers, but with the ability to find and create solutions.